All right, guys, welcome back. Now, since its founding, the endowment has helped over 2,000 veterans find rewarding careers. Now, while that's amazing, the military is downsizing at a rapid rate, and veteran unemployment is projected to get worse before it gets better. Now, we want to make a difference here at Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox, so you guys at home, text JOBS for vets to 80888 and reply yes to make a $5 donation on your phone bill. For those of you guys without US phones or who want to donate through PayPal, you can go to callofdutyendowment.org and click the red donate button up at on the top of the page. So you guys up at the booth, I know you guys are probably on Twitter right now, but if you guys could donate, that would be really amazing.
I'm on it. I got tweets, and now I've got the Call of Duty endowment donate too. So when you see me back here, now I have an excuse to be like,
yo, I'm just donating.
Yeah.
414.
I'm out here donating.
808. We got a new code today. So if you guys were watching yesterday, of course we were using that 41444. Today, 80888
yes.
is your text. Remember,
put
jobs for vets
in the text,
in
right.
there.
Yes,
so do that, guys. Just $5.
Helps
out a lot.
Yeah, help out.
Awesome video yesterday, by the way.
It was
really interesting to see how much of a struggle it is to come back and try and get into the work industry. And really what you guys are donating will help someone and their families.
Yes, it's a big deal, honestly. It's a reality that we're facing as a country that we should address, and I love that we have the endowment that does that. So,
absolutely.
If you have the time to do that and are able to do that, that would be super appreciative.
All right, so
Game 3 Blitz, man.
Game 3.
What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking...
What are you laying down in the kitchen right now? Are you laying down an Epsilon steak or an Ahi Tuna Optic Gaming?
Well, you know it's that Epsilon steak right now.
Yeah, that King Jerd steak.
King Jerd just ordered the prime rib.
Filet mignon Jerd.
He's got fillets stacked on top.
I could go all day with this, man.
And Swanee,
that Kobe beef Jerd.
Swanee's like wrapping it in bacon right now.
Wow, now we're on that next level here.
Yeah,
right,
well,
great.
It's time to get into the action. Map is going to be freight, and here you can see Blitz, of course, the whole point of this one. Get into your opponent's base, go through that portal, and then immediately go into a defensive transition. So after you score, you got to stop the opponents who are most likely surging into your base. 5
minutes on both sides, obviously keeping it fair, allowing both teams to have their respective portals, both sides of the map. Total caps, most caps wins it.
Yep.
If caps are tied, we play it again.
And that's when it gets really
interesting. That's when it gets, and those games end up like, Blitz is like da-da-da-da-da, and then like the last minute, you're like,
woo! Yeah, if you guys missed
like
the FaZe
match?
SK match yesterday, probably one of the best blitzes I've ever seen.
It's nuts.
We also saw a tie between TCM and Xfinity last night.
Yeah, crazy. There's been some very good blitz games, and hopefully we're going to be in for one here. I'd love to see that happen.
So Clay has been not the loudest player, has not been shining the most.
Typical Clay,
I want to see him go off, get rowdy, and get this team hyped up. I want to start the game off with him. And guys, we want to get your predictions. Will Epsilon sweep the series with a quick 3-0? Hashtag CoD Champs. Hashtag yes or no. We're kicking this one off with a big Clay. What can he do about it?
I love Optic Gaming's fan base, man. Great. That's great.
Whatever, man. We didn't see that.
They're down. Some ride or die fans, man. On board with Clayster, going to pick up the first kill here as he gets taken out. Jumping on board with Embos. A cap is already in there in favor of Ghost, and guess who it is? It's Jerd.
Big kill here for Embos. Does he go for the cap? It looks like he's going to leave that up to his teammate. That was Scump going through. Embos is just going to try and patrol the base, pick up some kills in the middle before going through himself. There is one player to beat. That player did not know Embos was still upstairs. He's been quiet, and now both teams trading scores. One each here for Embos, and Scump on the other side. It's all Jerd. 2 kills. Scump shuts him down for a third.
And another cap comes in. This time it's for the Ghost Squad, so it's going to be Swanee that gets that one, but Scump answers right away. So back and forth these teams are going. Already like a minute into this game, we've got 6 caps.
Scumpy trying to work with nade shot here. All 3 members of Optic still up, are stacked up on this left side of Freight. Can he get the kill? Scumpy cannot. Embos, last man standing, needs to get that defensive kill. Big plays here from Embos. Stop the capper. Another one in the middle, and now Scump's going to get the call-outs. Here they come surging forward, boys. Nade shot clears out the middle. Big kills going down for Optic to keep this one 3-3.
And Scump trying to get there through red, seeing if they come out and challenge. Somebody's up there, picks up a nice kill. All of a sudden, that player is all the way back there. Nadeshot's going to pick up a kill. He's the guy that's defending the portal over here. Got another call out from Scump, picks that one up. So Nadeshot playing good defensive work here as he's hanging out on top green, making sure nobody pushes in there. Somebody from Green Train comes in, takes Nadeshot out, forcing Scump to sit back here, play the defensive role until Nadeshot's able to spawn in.
All right, now normally Clayster's that defender, but I really like to see all of Optic doing it. No, there's someone on it, and it looks like another big kill. That was Nade again,
yeah, nice
laying down on the portal. A challenger down low, cleaned up as well. Nadeshot ripping everyone up on defense. Started slow, but now 6-4, and he's going to transition to the attack. The defense being played by Embos.
No, this was a smart call by Optic. He was already out that way. They had people spawning in that died, so just pushing in there. Swanee's going to get the cap, though, with Nadeshot gone, but it looks like both of them were able to cap on each team. It wasn't Nadeshot that did get in, but somebody did for the Optic squad.
Yeah, I think that was Clayster's first cap there. Meanwhile, it looks like there are 2 more players pushing up here for Epsilon. Tommy trying to challenge for a capture of his own. He goes down. Flux was trying to play base defense. Everyone cleared out of the Epsilon base, and now Flux is going to be pushing on his far left. Lets that one go. Heads up play. One defender still at the base. Misses the knife, but goes through anyway.
He's like, who cares? That was like a real sloppy knife, but he just kind of like did a little sidestep in there to get the cap. So 5-5. This is a great blitz game between these two squads. Literally going cap for cap. This game has pretty much stayed tied since the start of it.
And Tommy, I saw it on the minimap, another goal line defense. That is 2 in a row for Epsilon, and you see Embos finally taking the lead for Optic Gaming with that most recent capture.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So they're up 1 cap now, 6-5 here. That's 2 down, though, so Embos is going to backtrack a little bit, making sure that nobody gets a cap here, addressing all of the Epsilon players behind enemy lines. They have taken care of them. Only 1 left in red, allowing for Embos to go for this push here. A confrontation. He gets taken out there. That's going to be Tommy who picks up the kill, and Scump anxiously awaiting to pick up any kills that he can. He gets taken out, but Nadeshot.
At the U.S. Regional Final, Fliz, the biggest issue I saw in Optic Gaming's game was their defense in Blitz. They have done such a remarkable job of rotating back. I've seen 3 kills from Clayster, 2 from Scumpy, and 3 from Embos as well, all back at the base, not to mention the ones we showed you on screen from Nadeshot. Everyone doubling back, making sure their base is safe before pushing forward.
Optics, actually, they're playing much better slaying. If you just statistically look at this game and compare it to Domination, you've got Swanee that's negative now. You've got Jerd that's only 10-10. I mean, yeah, better search and destroy score, you know? So, like, Optic now has everybody but Embos in the positive there. So you're seeing a different Optic Gaming slaying here. However, Epsilon's still playing the objective magnificently, even though they might not be having the same equal slaying power, as it is tied 6-6, and it looks like it may potentially go tied in here as Ghost team Epsilon is able to get a cap.
Nice play there by Swanee to go through. Jerd, he also had a cap in this mix. So far, it has been the Swanee and Jerd show in this series. Tommy coming to life, though, with 13 kills. He's been playing base defense in this first half. And Swanee continues to challenge with the MTAR in the middle. Jerd doesn't have time, but he's going to make sure that no one gets through his base, working with Tommy and Flux.
Yeah, this was both teams played really well the first half. I mean, I think 7-6. Again, we talk about really evenly matched squads across the board here. That's what you expect at the Call of Duty Championship, and this is a good fought battle between these two squads.
Epsilon up by 1, heading into the final 5 minutes. Potentially, if they win on this side, they will sweep Optic Gaming and take that #1 spot in their group. At the break, you see a little bit of players running into each other. Who's going to get the break to the middle?
Like Puckett, we talk about that. Like, if you get the lower seed, you got to play against teams like Complexity and Strictly Business potentially in the bracket. So it's no joke that you want to win this series if you place in the top 1 through 8 randomly.
Definitely would prefer to play the team that got second.
Yeah, absolutely.
In any group. And Epsilon, man, they're just 5 minutes away. Optic Gaming pushing into the base, though. Some base defense going down here for Embos. Can he stop it? Yes, he does. Big plays. 3 straight kills from Optic. Swanee was last man standing, and it looks like Optic is going to throw another one on the board. That one coming through from Scump.
So nice tie there for Optic to be able to get that in a pretty impeccable stop there by Embos. And Nadeshot's going to jump in as well, so Optic Gaming taking the lead right there away from Epsilon 8-7 here. And now he's going to come back, make sure he can play some defense as they're starting to get a push up here.
Nice job by Nade dodging that Semtex. Knows the pressure is coming, but from what direction? Trying to just get put up here in the corner. You got Scumpy watching as well. Down goes Scump. Nade knows there's a player right around that corner. Nice patience here so far from Epsilon as they're going for a coordinated push.
Yeah, this is nice communication by Epsilon, but unfortunately, Embos was there to help him out. Now somebody did sneak in. It's Swanee that got a two-piece and does get the
position,
cap.
and Scumpy coming off that respawn at Freight, just not in position to help out, but he's just going to say, guys, it's okay. I'm just going to go and trade. Play defense. One player goes through. No. Big kill by Embos again, taking out Flux as Scump is able to cap.
Nice cap by Scumpy. Pretty much just ran right in and got that one. Didn't have to combat too many people on his way there. As we jump on with Jerd here, he's got to handle two of these players that are back here, not able to take out Nade Shot as he comes up with a nice kill. Jumping on board with Embos. It is now 10-9 in favor of Epsilon. So Optic Gaming trying to just crawl back into this one here. As the lead has gone back and forth. You know, these two teams have given it up. They've been tied or they go back and forth. It's going to be another nail-biter, I think, going into the last minute.
Big defensive kills being thrown down here from Epsilon. Clayster trying to slay his way in. Tommy spots him. Will he be able to pick up the kill? Going up top, Swanee's just going to rotate. His teammates will take care of business as Swanee picks up the two-piece, and now Flux pushing on this left side. Here comes three members of Epsilon, everyone from Optic rotating back to their base.
And Flux, he's got Tommy in front of him, so even if Tommy doesn't get, Tommy does get it, so now you've got Flux in here who's going to get in a gunfight. Interesting move that he did, that he decided to just kind of go against anybody, but 12-9 lead, they can play with a little bit more confidence. Swanee going through green chain, picks somebody up off the middle of the map. Now he's patiently waiting to see if anybody comes out of white. Somebody does, but it is Scumpy that takes out Swanee. 12-9, 2 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock. These two squads continuing to battle it out.
Swanee back on your screen, last man standing. Here comes Optic Gaming on the push. Front door opened up by Nadeshot. Nadeshot going in. No, stopped at the goal line. Scumpy right behind him though. Scumpy stopped as well. Tommy and Swanee crushing it in that kill feed. 3 straight kills. Clay, last man standing, needs to get some big defensive kills.
Tommy, that was really big plays by, I know Swanee picked up a kill, but Tommy stopped Nadeshot and Scumpy.
Yeah.
They were dangerously close to getting that cap, so good heads up play out of him. Also just give him a shout out. He's 21-18. He's making it happen for his team. And all of the slaying that was maybe, I wouldn't say absent, but lacking what it previously was in that domination, they're starting to catch up, and you're seeing what you'd expect out of the Epsilon squad.
Nice just rotation here by Scumpy. Unfortunately, Flux and friends are too strong on defense. Finally, one going through as Clayster picks up the 3-piece, and in goes Flux. 13-10, down to the last 75 seconds here at group play for Epsilon and Optic Gaming.
And Flux picks up a nice knife kill there. Now he's going to open the door. At the very least, it causes a nuisance when you open that door, because when you're on the defensive side of things, you always want to keep that door shut. So Flux hits that door, comes all the way around, picks up a kill there, and going to slide in for a cap. So if you're an Optic fan, it's a do or die moment here. They're about to get 3-0'd if they don't step up here with 49 seconds left. They've got to kind of go, not necessarily cap for cap for cap, but they don't really have much room for error here.
Scumpy falls, Nadeshot getting sneaky, going down low. Meanwhile, Clayster trying to slay up top. Nadeshot, can he swing behind this enemy line? It looks like one coming off the respawn right in front of him. They're going to know where he's at. One more player inside. He knows it, waiting for help, and he's going to slide through anyway. Great play from Nade.
They're still in this game, and that was
not anymore.
The killer right there. They just let Epsilon score. You could get a cap here, one more, but it's not gonna be enough for the squad as that. It looked like a little bit of hope that they could do in quick succession, get those caps, but Epsilon taking care of business, so 15-12. No, I was gonna say it's not gonna get in there. 15-12 looks to be your final score, and Optic Gaming gets 3-0 by the European powerhouse Epsilon.
Not just 3-0'd. Blown out in domination, a very close search and destroy game.
And a very close Blitz game.
Blitz was very close as well.
I mean, towards the end, it kind of got a little bit away, in Epsilon's favor. They held the control of that game the last, I think, 2 minutes. But I
think anything within 5 caps is considered pretty close.
It was a pretty close game, yeah. So good job by both of these squads. Obviously, Epsilon showed up ready to play and fight for that seed. Your Optic Gaming, you're anxiously going to be waiting for the group, the bracket seed.
Look at the disappointment on Clayster's face, man.
They know now they've got to go against competition that you don't want to. You know, I mean, knowing that Complexity and Strictly Business are up in those top seeds. Let's hear some of the replays we break down from this Blitz match.
First cap going in for both squads as Embo's trading with Tommy, and then he goes through again. Scumpy keeping up the pressure in the first minute as Optic first to 3. Nade shot taking the leader at number 4. Some big defensive plays as well. And here is Scumpy continuing to push through. Flux, solid kill at the base, leading the way with Tommy. And man, these teams went back and forth, back and forth. Optic playing much better defense in the first half. In the second half, though, it was just Flux and Tommy running through the middle with Swanee just slaying everything he could see.
It's a tough side there, and you gotta give it to Epsilon. They played really well. They were ready to show up. Optic Gaming, they've got to figure out what the bracket looks like. We've got to figure out what the bracket looks like. I know group matches are just finishing up, so other groups going down on our Bravo, Charlie, and Delta broadcast. But right now, down on the Xbox main stage, we have Justine.
All right, we are here down on the main stage. Now, you guys just 3-0'd Optic. Now, how does that feel?
It feels pretty good. We knew we had the potential to do it, but we just had to perform because we had a really disappointing EU Regionals finals. So we wanted to come in here fresh and just show what we can really do. So
this is like the first game of the day. I mean, is it hard just coming in here and not getting much warm-up? But you guys, I mean, you did a great job.
Yeah, we just had to play a little game before the free-for-all, but it's I think any player just knows once you're in the game, it just changes your mentality. So the warm-up's not really that necessary, but it obviously helps.
Now coming up, I mean, we still have a full day of gameplay. Now, are you guys, do you have any time down, or are you going right into another game right after this?
I think the draw for the playoff bracket is going to be done soon, so we'll just sit around, wait to see who we draw out, and then work out what we're going to do against them.
Now, is there anyone that you do not want to come up against?
Not really. We'd like to play any team. We'd prefer to play an American team straight away because we just want to play new teams that don't really know how we're going to play against them, or the same that we don't really know much about them, but we just want to just go straight into it.
Yeah, I think we've had a lot of upsets this week, or this weekend. So is there anything that you saw? I mean, do you guys want to give us like a quick recap of how yesterday went for you guys?
Definitely. We're the group with only 2 teams in, so we had to wait till around 8 p.m. to play our first game against NSP. We managed to win that 3-0, and it was automatic qualification, and this was just for the top spot.
So how long have you guys been in town? Are you jet lagged at all? Does that affect your gameplay at all?
We got here, I think we were the last team to arrive, and Jared got here really late because his flight was messed up, so we were a bit fatigued, but we're all right.
You guys 3-0'd Optic, so good luck in the rest of the tournament, and I hope that I get to chat with you guys again. So good luck. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say to the internet right now?
Yeah, just thank you to everyone that supports my stream and supports us as a team. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, guys. And I'll send it back up to you guys at the booth.
What a performance from Epsilon.
Yeah.
Tommy, great interview there as well. Epsilon 3-0ing Optic. I thought this one was going round 11, game 5, but Epsilon showing why they are considered one of the top squads in all of Europe.
I was just like, I didn't even listen to the producer. I was just listening to Tommy. I was like, he's so dreamy. But yes, let's look. Oh, there it is.
Already done.
Dang.
Look at this bracket. So at the top, let's go through this for you. Australia's top squad, Trident T1 Daughters, will face off against France's second best squad in Vitality Returns. Vex Revenge from Canada going up against the group winners Rise Nation. Team Caliber and Optic will be our first round matchup right here on Alpha.
Let me interrupt you real quick. This is exactly why that match was so big, because Optic Gaming's got to go. Look, you could say whatever you want, but they had the chance to be going against maybe like a Vitality Rises, which you could say whatever you want all around the world, but I'd much rather play Vitality Rises than Team Caliber. That's a tough matchup going into that. I mean, Team Caliber is got to be pumped for that.
So we have 4 matches coming up next on our main stage. We have that TK Optic on Bravo, Envy SB, another juggernaut battle there. Vex Revenge and Rise Nation on Delta, Trident T1 Daughters, and Returns on Charlie.
TCM Gaming.
Oh, that's coming up on our main stage after the Optic series. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's Complexity versus TCM Gaming. I mean, look, they're all favorite matches, but I got some of the TK Optic, Envy is Strictly Business, Immunity and FaZe.
That bracket is fierce.
Yeah, it's, like you don't see brackets like this because you're used to seeing your own regional bracket, and obviously those are always fierce, but then all of a sudden you put up all the international teams on here against one another, and things get a little scary.
Wow.
That's a fierce, you said that's a fierce bracket. There's not like any kind of like, oh, we got this match that's in this, obviously.
So if you guys are just joining us, of course, we started day number 1 with over 30 of the best squads from around the world. Now we are down to the final 16. They advance to that double elimination bracket. There is the upper bracket. You lose there, you're not out. You get one more chance as you drop down to the lower bracket. And remember, even if you have one loss, you can go through that lower bracket all the way to the championship and win that first place prize.
You could win it, or you could get second, which is still $200,000. So even if you get knocked down in losers, yeah, it becomes more stressful, but it's not over yet. So the double elimination will be interesting to follow as well, because we talk about the fierce bracket. Those are still fierce teams that get knocked down in there.
Well, a lot of people might think this matchup would be seen in the upper bracket semifinal. Instead, Optic Gaming and Team Caliber will be playing on the main stage for very first round coming up after this.